Did you guys watch Pin Clash, or are you watching it? This is like the first tournament action really in a long time that we've got to watch. This is live right now, the early rounds, and the heavy hitters are coming up soon, so I'm just watching this, kind of listening in the background and watching here and there. Well, progressing on Close Encounters. So where are we at on Close Encounters? So remember the LED displays? Did I already talk about this? Were like super bright at first, and I thought it was very intolerable. And I was researching the installation instructions on Boston Pinball, who sell these things, and discovered that this little board there is actually a dimmer board. So it ends up, it's only two connectors, so it goes like from this connector to this. Okay, so one's an input, one's an output. It goes from there to there to there to there to there and then back. And then, what do you know? There's a dimmer switch right there to adjust the LEDs to a nice, happy brightness. Oh, that reminds me, I still want to do ground mods in the back box. I think that's still on my list. I just haven't gotten to that yet, but the new boards certainly help, but it does not hurt to do the ground mods. So it's basically adding a wire from here to a common ground, power supply to a common ground, driver board to a common ground, tying it all together and making it happy. One of my flasher bulbs just burned out, so just replace that and it's back and happy. And I read, oh my god, I'm stepping into shit. Walking backwards. Holy shit, shit has fallen from the ceiling. What do we got here? Let's say 2017 Pinball Life. Love. Who is that? Daddy? Love Day? Well, obviously it came from someone, I just don't remember who, but I put it up on the wall. Cute little pinball card. So back to Close Encounters. I was suspecting that using the low voltage displays probably didn't require the fuse for the display. And sure enough, in the manual, installation instructions, it tells you to remove the display fuse, which I did. And displays are all now happy, as they should be. What else have I done? Started doing some play testing, and I wasn't really happy with my flipper power, so I pulled the trigger. Let me set you down somewhere. One moment. Lift the playfield. Pulled the trigger on some nice, shiny, brand new end of stroke switches. Now that makes your flippers nice and snappy, getting good consistent power. They're cleaned and adjusted, and I'm liking the way they're feeling now. We have done a bunch of play testing the last couple days, and the left flipper was being a little sticky, so I just took it apart, put in a bit shorter of a coil sleeve, because the Gottlieb coil sleeves, they're actually a little bit shorter. See it protruding right there, just a little bit? This is like more of a kind of a standard size sleeve, comes out a little bit more. So I figure a little shorter sleeve will have a little less resistance. And I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit better and reassembled it, and so far it's been good. Finicky flippers. Always finicky flippers. So what else has gone on? Did I tell you that I took this? Yeah, I think I told you. I took the disc off and I aligned the fingers so the rotor target is now actually registering. But it's not always getting to the home position. it's still a little bit in need of a cleaning. So I think I'm gonna have to take the whole thing apart, give it a cleaning, and put it back together again. Probably that is what is gonna have to happen. So let's put you back down here. Close up the playfield. Oh yeah, the other thing I did, the cosmetics. I took everything off the playfield, cleaned it, rubbered it, you know, the standard stuff, and then gave it a nice coat of Novus at the end. You know, a good trick for cleaning the flipper bats, if you don't need to replace them, wire brush. Gets in those grooves really good, and you can clean those babies right up. So that's a little trick of the trade. I think I like to think I invented, but I'm sure someone else has as well. Adjusted and lubed the spinner. I mean, it's plastic, it's not metal, it doesn't have the weight to spin as much, but it is as good as it's going to get, and better than it was. Oh yeah, the other thing is, originally come with 4 yellow lane guides, like this guy here, but 3 of the 4 were broken, and I didn't have yellow, so I went with these kind of bluey, this color, this teal type color. It like matches that, and the teal kind of baby blue in the art as well. So it's not original color, but color choice is an option. It's like flipper rubbers and other rubbers and whatever. So I like it. Looks good. Those are all brand new, old stock lane guides, and looks good to me. So I'll show you actually what the old ones looked like. Here's some of the old stuff from the machine. Oh yeah, so there's the old shitty rubbers. It's weird how it's yellow on one side and white on the other side, but must have been where it was more exposed. Just yellowed over time. It's what they do. Those are probably original. Anyway, you saw these old coil sleeves, and I originally tried to like file and Dremel the end of stroke switches. These are the old ones, but look at this really pitted, and they just weren't making great contact. Look at that. This is basically a hole in the middle. And this almost has a protrusion, which yeah, so they just weren't very snappy, and that's the reason why. So not a lot of money, like, I don't know, $5 each, $10 each at most. Well worth the money. And then here's the lane guides. That one's broken. That one's broken. That one's broken. And that one's good, so I'll throw that in my bin. I got a bunch of these teal ones. Came in a lot, lots of miscellaneous others, but just didn't have the yellow. And you know, I could have went clear red too. That would have worked. I think there's actually 4 in here, maybe only 3. Oh, you know what else I found in the coin box, which is nice? Look at all these extra terminals for repinning connectors. What are these? These are 24 to 18 gauge. Okay, these are non-trifuricon, which they have to be for the main edge connectors. And these are quantity of 100. They look like 0.156. What else we got? These are 0.100s. If these are non-trifuricon, that would be cool, because I don't really have any of those. Look at that flat edge. Oh no, there's, yeah. Cool, well, I got some extra pins. So that was a bonus. And look, a whole like System 1 fuse kit, I guess. But must be a couple of each, because it only takes, well, no, I guess it has what, 4 or 5 fuses in the cabinet, and then one under the playfield and one somewhere else. And then this is the removal tool for edge connectors. And I've been warned not to spend good money on these because the tip breaks off. And look, missing its tip. So someone showed me exactly why I shouldn't buy these and why I should just stick to my filed down jeweler's screwdriver. It's worked like a charm. I've never tried one of these yet, but too bad it wasn't intact, because then I could try it out and probably just end up breaking it myself. So basically, the last stuff on the to-do list really is the last tweaks of the roto wheel, a couple ground mods, and that's it. Like, let's see how this plays now with a freshly cleaned playfield. See, sometimes that roto wheel, I think when it doesn't find home, it sometimes, like, the solenoid fires more than once. See, there's once. That's what it's supposed to be. Look at that. I had lit up special and extra ball because I hit the ABC rollovers. That was actually a ball 3, I guess, and not a bad one ball, one hand. But next video should be hopefully like my gameplay and tutorial once I kind of figure out the rest of these rules. But that's pretty interesting. Nail the star for bonus multipliers, and I think there's different rules for 3-ball and 5-ball, so I'm going to learn the 3-ball rules because it's solid state and that's the way it should be. Thanks for watching. It just came back to me. I placed an order for Pinball Life in 2017, obviously, and this came in my order. So someone over at the shop there made this little note and sent it with the order. And all the little targets there have their own facial expressions. Very cute.